Good morning. Today is day 23. I woke up at Mount Collins. I slept in my tent. There were lots of people there. They must have woke up early because not many were left. My goal today is to hike about 6 miles to Newfound Gap, where I'm hoping to get a ride or shuttle into the town of Gatlinburg and resupply for the next 3 or 4 days to get me out of the Smokies. Do you guys remember when I was stranded in the rainstorm and it was gonna freeze at night and I called a shuttle for Indian Grove Road, but I was in Georgia and they were in Tennessee? They saw 2 white-tailed deer. No bears yet.
We saw one last night.
A bear? Was it near where you guys were staying?
Actually, we went up to out by Laurel Falls and Cates Cove.
Okay. I'm back on trail from Newfound Gap and I'm going up the trail and there's like hundreds of people going up and down the trail, and everyone that passes thinks that you are like the coolest little novelty. Like they want to know like about your hike, how long you've been out here, food resupply, where you're from. Like they just think that this is the neatest thing. So it's funny to stop and talk with each person. Let's just talk about my day so far because it is an A+ day. And I'm probably just saying that because I ate at a buffet. I wake up and my plan is to go to Newfound Gap to go into town to resupply. AKA, I need to get groceries for the next 3 to 4 days. And I'm in the shelter at breakfast time and Crushing It says that Newfound Gap's been closed the past couple of days. I'm like, oh no. Because if I can't go into town to resupply, like I'm gonna have 0 food for the next 3 to 4 days. And so I texted my parents, my brothers, my boyfriend, and I was like, please pray that the Gap is open today. And so Joe looked it up and the Gap was supposed to be open March 31st, which was 2 days ago. It ended up being closed yesterday, April 1st, because of those high winds I was telling you about. And so ended up, the Gap opened at 8:30 this morning and traffic could come back through. So that's hallelujah number 1. I make it to Newfound Gap and I'm like, well, today's the day I'm gonna hitchhike. And Newfound Gap has like literally thousands of people there. Okay, maybe 1,000. And just cars everywhere, in and out, parking, taking pictures, families galore. And so I'm like, surely one of these families with a van will feel sorry for me and pick me up. And so I went and stood kind of by the stop sign where the arrow to Gatlinburg was pointing. And I was there for maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes with my thumb out. And then I hear, hey, I'll give you a ride. Someone from the Park Service offered to give me a ride back into town to Gatlinburg, and they are wishing to remain anonymous, though I have your card, so thank you. You know who you are. They dropped me off at Cece's, and I had a glorious lunch of salad and pizza and breadsticks, filled up on that, and then I resupplied at a place called Old Dad's General Store. Went and dropped something off across the street at the Knock in their hiker box, and then left the Knock. I crossed the street from the Knock and there's a gas station, and that's where I'm going to stick my thumb out and hitchhike back to the top of Newfound Gap. And I walk across the street and immediately there's this bright red top-down convertible with 2 people in it, and one of them's pointing at me, and in my mind I'm like, they probably think I'm homeless, or what's this girl doing with this giant backpack in the middle of town? and I was like, you guys wouldn't happen to be going to Newfound Gap, are you? And they were like, are you a thru hiker? And I said, yeah. And they gladly gave me a ride. Thank you to Marshall and Virginia. You guys were awesome to visit with, and thank you so much for the ride. So I rode from Gatlinburg to Newfound Gap in a top-down convertible. Virginia had been reading books about the AT and thru hikers and had wanted to be a trail angel, and just so happened she got to be a trail angel to Audrey on the AT. So yeah, today is a 10 out of 10, would recommend, good day. I definitely needed that after a hard few days. What are you looking at? I'm like a Disney princess right now. I just ran into a ridge runner named Chris near Icewater Spring Shelter, and he recognized me from YouTube. So thank you, Chris, for following along with my journey. Good morning. It's day 24. I'm in the Smokies for a couple more days. Today I'm going 12 miles to Tri-Corner Shelter. I'm heading towards Peck's Corner Shelter, but I'll be passing it up and going to the next one. I am 1 mile from Tri-Corner Knob Shelter. Today has been pretty uneventful. It was cold and windy and rained off and on, but other than that, no news. And I think they say no news is good news, so good day. Tonight I'm having this Mountain House Pro Pack. It's spaghetti with meat sauce. I've never had it before. This is what it looks like before you add water. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Good morning. Today is day 25. It's about 7:15 in the morning. I can't wait to turn this corner and see this sunrise. I am 9 miles or halfway into my biggest mile day yet. I'm trying to do 18 to Standing Barrier Farm Hostel. and I'll be out of the Smokies. It's hot today. I think the high is 68, but it definitely feels warmer than that when you're hiking. Did I mention that it's hot today? My 18-mile day just got turned into a 19.2 day because I accidentally took a 0.6 side trail to a fire tower, not realizing it. So, longest day is going to be 19.2 so far. I accidentally went on that side trail. Someone was sitting here eating lunch and I was too awkward to make eye contact, so I didn't look at the sign. I am feeling a little discouraged and defeated right now because 18 miles was going to be pushing it to get to the hostel, and so 19.2, I don't know, my feet are already starting to hurt. I really want to shower tonight, but I may just have to stop at Davenport Gap Shelter and do the hostel tomorrow. So definitely a bummer, but again, a learning lesson to pay attention to the signs. Okay, so snakes over here, shelter signage right here. I needed a sign to keep going and not stay at the shelter. So that was it. Thank you. Bye. It took me 6 days to get through the Smokies, and now I'm done. Good news, everybody. Only 1,953.9 miles until Mount Katahdin. Nope. Not today, sir. The blazes are even on the bridge. I just received Trail Magic by the Pigeon Forge Bridge by I-40. It was a group of 09 thru-hikers. And then as I was crossing through the bridge there, a car had pulled over and it was a lady getting out. I thought maybe she was doing something to her car before she got on the road, and then she came out towards me with a granola bar and an orange. Her and her friend are Georgia teachers just coming out to do a day hike and wanted to treat me with some Trail Magic. Okay, but now I gotta climb up these. I think I just died a little inside. I am going to die in the summer heat. I'm hot now, and it's only the first week of April. Well, it looks like I'm gonna make it. I will end the day with 19.4 miles under my belt. My longest day yet on day 25. Hey, this is Audrey from the future. I am on day 34 and I have a quick poll for you before I hop off here. Do you prefer video links being 1 to 5 minutes long, 5 to 10 minutes long, 10 to 15 minutes long, or 15 plus? Let me know in the comments below.